If you keep doing these 10 things, you will never become rich, not in this lifetime. You want to get smarter with your money is why you have clicked on this video. And I respect that because most people stay broke for one reason. They never learn what not to do. Everyone tells us what to spend on, what to buy, where to invest. But almost nobody talks about the money mistakes you must avoid. So here's my promise to you. Once you have watched this video, you will understand what not to do with your money better than 99% of people. Now, these lessons are not just random generic examples, but I tell you about it from the life experiences of my own. No one ever taught me about money, which led me to make some disastrous financial decisions in my own life. I had to really suffer immensely in life because of poor knowledge about money and wasted a lot of time handling the financial mess I got into unknowingly. I wasted years fixing problems I didn't even understand at that time. And honestly, it cost me more than just money. It cost me my sanity, my peace of mind. The only thing I wish is that if I had someone to teach me about money when I was growing up, about the real world, then I wouldn't have wasted so much of my time and energy and wouldn't have lost my sanity either. As it's famously said in the movie KGF, that you can't live a good life without money. Similarly, you can't even have a peaceful death by staying poor. You need money from birth to death in every second, every minute of your life. Then the most obvious thing is to learn about it more and more. But surprisingly, no one ever teaches us the most important thing that we need to learn in our life. Instead, we learn about everything else in the world but money. Now, we humans are not so stupid, are we? Then is it by design? Is it purposeful? Maybe, maybe not. That's a topic for another day. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications because the lessons here can genuinely change your financial future. Alright, let's get started with our today's video. We are going to break down 10 habits that are silently killing your potential to become wealthy. This is classic. Nowadays, people carry multiple credit cards from multiple banks. 10 years ago, owning one card was a big deal. But now, banks actually sell you more cards to you because you already have one from another bank. But why? Reason is very simple and pretty obvious. When you hold several cards, you start swiping without thinking much. Impulse buying becomes normal because you feel like you have money sitting in your pocket. But that's just an illusion. Those small purchases quietly add up, and before you realize, you're paying interest on things you don't even remember buying. That's exactly how you slide into bad debt. Credit cards aren't the actual problem here. It's the behavior behind them. If you can't pay the full balance every month, you're basically donating your hard-earned money to the bank. Remember that the interest-free window is around 45 to 50 days and you have to pay it off in full, whatever you have spent within that period. Now, if you miss that by any chance, banks can charge you brutal interest, sometimes 40% or even more. It's insanely painful to get out of that trap. Trust me, I speak from my experience. I have been there and it's not fun at all. Financially literate folks use credit cards for rewards and convenience. But on the other hand, brokies would use them mostly for impulse buying and cash withdrawal. There's a difference. And banks understand this customer behavior very, very well. Is exactly why they keep pushing you to get more and more cards. It might sound harsh, but it's true. Banks are greedier than what you think. They actually want you to go into bad debt. Yes, you heard me right. You might say that it sounds like a conspiracy theory, but is it? You need to think about it. They want you to miss your monthly payment so that you end up paying those brutal interest charges. That's exactly how credit card companies primarily makes money. If you want a full beginner-friendly breakdown on how to use credit cards the smart way, comment CC and I'll make a full-fledged video explaining everything step by step. When I was in the banking industry, I saw something really interesting which is not so common in India. It was something new for me. Thousands of customers filing disputes every single day on transactions that were automatically debited every month, every quarter or annually as automatic subscription renewal. And the funny thing, most of them had no clue what those charges were for. Once they call in to file a dispute about those charges, the bank investigates and share the details about what the charges are with the customers, and they would go, "Oh yeah, I subscribe to that app or to that service or whatever long back, and they completely forgot about it. And the reason is pretty obvious, because they hardly ever used it. But since they never cancelled, the company kept auto-debiting money quietly in the background. And you know what's worse? Some companies make it deliberately hard to cancel because they know most people won't even bother. Now think about your own life. You might have subscriptions to Netflix, Prime, Disney, Apple TV, HBO, Spotify, Roku, Hulu, YouTube Premium, whatnot, right? The list goes on. Write down every single subscription that you pay for and ask yourself, am I actually using it? Cut the unnecessary ones. Keep one or two at most, ideally none if you hardly get time to watch. Because wasting money on something that you barely use, that's the easiest way to stay broke without even realizing it. Most people don't have an emergency fund, and that's exactly why one small problem turns into a financial disaster. When the car breaks down, they swipe the credit card. When someone falls sick, they take a loan. Medical emergencies or job losses can happen when you least expect them. The layoffs are happening every day globally. Every time something goes wrong, they go deeper into debt because they never built a safety net in the first place. Listen, if you don't have at least 6 months of expenses saved separately, you are not financially stable. You're just one emergency away from chaos. An emergency fund isn't an investment. It's not your FD or jewelry, real estate. It's not that. No. Emergency fund is an amount that is liquid and is accessible 24/7 whenever needed, immediately. It's your fund for the peace of mind, and this will stop you from making desperate decisions under pressure. Start small, 500,000, anything, whatever you can. Ideally, you must save and invest at least 10% to 20% of your monthly earning, if not more. Please make it a non-negotiable habit. Save first, spend later, because when life tests you, and it will, you will thank yourself for being prepared instead of being broke. Before you even think about investing, make sure you have built your emergency fund, because if an emergency strikes and you don't have that safety net, you will be forced to pull out your investments, and that defeats the whole purpose of investing in the first place. Now here's where most people go wrong. They only save, and that's a huge mistake, because every year inflation silently eats away 7% to 8% of your money's value, if not more. So just by saving, you're actually losing money. That's why you need to invest. Buy assets before you buy any liabilities. Stocks, bonds, gold, silver, crypto, real estate, whatever you understand. Research it and invest smartly. But the key point is, invest. Let me give you an example. If you invest just 5,000 every month and earn an average return of only 10%, let's say, per year, the results can be really shocking. If you start at the age of 20 and keep investing till you're 60, you would invest a total of only 24 lakhs. But your money can grow around 2.65 crores. But if you start 10 years later, at the age of 30, you would invest 18 lakhs and your final amount would be only about 1.13 or 14 crores. That means starting just 10 years earlier can give you almost 1.5 crore more, even though you invested only 6 lakhs extra. Now that's the true power of compounding. Your time in the market matters more than the amount you invest. So you need to start early. Let your money work for you while you sleep. And that's how you build real wealth. And this is one of the best form of passive income that you can benefit from. I read about this in the book Rich Dad and Poor Dad, and it absolutely changed my mind about money. In his book, Robert creates the juxtaposition between rich and poor people's spending habit. Poor people always makes the mistake of paying themselves last. Now what do we mean by that? The moment they get their salary, they start paying their rent, bills, EMIs, groceries, plan their outings, everything. Yes, those are necessary, 100%. But at the end of the month, you are left with nothing. This habit keeps you stuck in the same financial loop month after month. Because when you pay yourself last, you're basically saying that everyone else's needs come before mine. But on the other hand, if you look at the rich people, what they do is they pay themselves first. Now, when you pay yourself first, even if it's a minimum of 10%, let's say, of your total monthly income, you are forcing yourself to build assets before spending on any liabilities. It creates a financial discipline, and that's how wealth begins. But when you pay yourself last, you will always stay in the survival mode. You will always have bills to pay. You will always have expenses, and you will convince yourself, next month I'll save. But the truth is, there's no next month. You have never been able to save a penny. The habit starts now. There's no next time, next month, or next year. Save yourself first and then pay everyone else. You worked hard for that money. Make sure you get paid before the world does. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be really blunt over here. What's the point of buying things just to impress other people? If something doesn't add value to your life or improve your financial position, it has no place in your budget, period. Just because your friend bought the latest iPhone or your neighbor just got a luxury car, a Gucci bag, or an AP on their wrist, doesn't mean you need it too. I mean, this fast track wristwatch shows the exact time that the AP will show. It does the job, and I'm saving a lot of money. That's not ambition. That's just your insecurity disguised as success. And then you hear those stupid internet slogans, YOLO. Sorry, but a friendly advice from me, don't live your life as per the internet slogans. If you live to impress others, you are on the fastest track to become broke. Trust me, your neighbor is not going to pay your bills. Your friend is not going to help you when you are broke. You will be the one working double shifts just to maintain a fake image you have built for everyone's approval of you. And yes, banks will gladly fund your downfall. They will offer you loans for cars, homes, even vacations now. Surprising. But please be smart. Think 100 times before you take the loan. Ideally, don't take any loan at all. I have explained in detail how you should think before buying anything in this video. What should be your mindset? How you should think about buying something. I'll link it in the description. You can watch it next. If you do not have a financial goal, then where would you be 5 years from now or 10 years later? You may have a career goal to climb the corporate ladder, become a manager, director, maybe even a CEO or founder, whatever. But very few people have clear financial goals in life. Have you heard the term net worth? I guess you did. You have probably Googled the net worth of celebrities or businessmen. But have you ever wondered, what's my net worth? I mean, yours, not mine. Or what do I want it to be 5 or 10 years from now? I guess not. But I'll tell you, it's extremely important, yet highly neglected in our society. But as my audience, I want you to be financially smart and reach your highest potential. That's the mission behind the brand Success with Kumar. People go to work, earn money, pay bills, and repeat. But there's no direction, no target, no plan. They are merely surviving, not progressing. If you don't know where you are going financially, then any income, no matter how big, will eventually disappear, because you will always have bills, you will always have things to spend it on. So it will always get spent. You plan your vacations, you plan your weekends, but when it comes to money, there's no plan at all. That's why you keep starting over every year. You need clear financial goals. How much do you want to save this year? How much do you want to invest every month? When do you want to be debt free? At what age do you want to stop working for money? By the way, that's your FIRE number. Have you ever calculated it? When you have no goal, you have no direction. And when you have no direction, you have no clue where you are headed. So set your financial goals and start working from there. That's how you escape the survival mode and build real financial freedom. Most people don't even realize that they are the victims of lifestyle inflation. But what does it even mean? Well, in simple terms, as your income increases, your spending increases along with it. Once you start earning more, you suddenly feel the need to upgrade. The latest iPhone, better car, a bigger apartment, branded clothes, fancy dinners. Basically, you just start spending more just because you can. And here's the trap. Your expenses rise in direct proportion to your income, which means your savings and investments remain exactly the same. You're earning more, but you are not getting any richer. That's lifestyle inflation. I have seen people double their income and still live paycheck to paycheck. Not because they don't earn enough, but because they spend more than they earn. They have a spending problem. Now remember one thing, earning more means nothing if your savings and investments don't increase with it. If your lifestyle grows faster than your income, you are digging your own financial grave. You need to be very careful before you hand over your own hard-earned money to someone else. The goal shouldn't be to look rich. The goal is to get more freedom, to have options, peace of mind, and control over one's own life. So the next time your income increases, don't celebrate by spending more. Celebrate by saving and investing more. You know what your actual flex in life should be? Your investment portfolio, not your shopping cart. As you're watching this video, I'm sure most of you depend on just one income, your monthly salary. You already know deep down that it is a mistake, but sometimes we all need a reality check to see how risky that is. Do you even realize how dangerous it is to depend on one income? I bet you don't. Ask the people who were laid off out of the blue, not from any small startups, but from Fortune 500 companies. I was one of them, so I know exactly how it feels when the illusion of job security gets shattered overnight. People who worked in those companies for 5, 10, even 15 years, loyal employees, great performers, were completely shocked when they heard that they were being let go. And when they asked the management, why is this happening? Is it because of performance issues or what is it? Cold response from the management was, does not guarantee any jobs. That one line hit harder than the layoff itself. A reality check right there. I still remember my first day at the company. Leadership addressed the new joinees. They told a lot of great things about the organization and made us feel that we are a part of something really huge. There was one thing specifically that was told to us which I will never forget, and I'll quote, "It's a legacy built over a century. Now you are the torchbearers who will carry it forward." Everyone felt proud. Everyone felt like they were part of something really big. But when the layoffs were announced, that same manager was nowhere to be found. No face, no accountability, nothing. Now I understand that it was not in his power to decide anything, of course. And that's when I realized two harsh truths. You as an employee are just a headcount. Corporates don't care about your existence. They just care about their profits. And that's the end of the story. An average millionaire has 7 sources of income. You and I, just one. And that too controlled by someone else. One decision from the top and you're done. Finished. I've heard people saying that entrepreneurship is risky. From my experience, depending on a single salary is the most riskiest thing you can ever do. You're literally sitting on a ticking time bomb, and the sooner you realize it, the better you can prepare yourself. Because job security is just an illusion, and illusions don't last forever. Please be wise. If you're not healthy, then what's the point of your money anyway? You can work day and night, stack up all the world's wealth, buy the car, the house, the watch, but if you can't enjoy any of it because your body's falling apart, then what was all that effort for? I have seen people chase money so hard that they completely forget the one thing that keeps them going, their health. No sleep, no movement, junk food every day, and then they call it the grind. But let's be honest, that's not hustle, that's self-destruction with a nice caption, isn't it? Now the real flex isn't driving a luxury car, it's waking up every morning with the peace of mind. Freedom from slavery in a healthy, fit body full of energy. You can't buy that, not with any currency in the world. You need health to build wealth, and you need wealth to maintain health. Both goes hand in hand. So take care of your body like it's your first investment, because it is. Eat clean, organic food and minimally processed food. Sleep well, exercise daily. You can always earn your money back, but you can never buy your health back. And that brings us to the end of this video. If you have watched till here, it means you are not just curious about money, you actually want to change your life for the better. Remember this, money isn't just about numbers. It's a reflection of your habits, your mindset, and your discipline. Money is just a tool to live a comfortable life. That's all and nothing more than that. Fix your bad financial habits right now because the world is getting tougher and only the financially smart ones will be able to live a good and comfortable life. Think rich, live free. You are watching Success with Kumar. I'll see you in the next one. Signing off.